Scene script. Have you ever heard about limiting beliefs? They're those pesky thoughts that often hold us back, telling us we can't or shouldn't do something. But where do they come from? How do they become so entrenched in our minds? Let's take a journey back to our earliest days. When we're born, we come into a world rich with information, yet we have no knowledge of our own. We're like a blank canvas, ready to be painted on by the world around us. And the first artists to touch their brushes to our canvas are the adults in our lives. Parents, teachers, grandparents, siblings, and even societal figures all play a part in shaping our understanding of the world. These adults, with their own set of beliefs, start to pass on information to us. This information is influenced by the society we're born into, its culture, its religion, its laws, and its general beliefs. As children, we soak up this information like sponges, accepting it without question. After all, why would we question it? It's all we know. We learn what's considered right and wrong, what's beautiful and what's not, what to accept and what to reject. Our attention is entirely focused on these adults who are teaching us how to navigate the world. And so we start to form our own belief system. But this isn't just any belief system. It's a belief system that's based on others' perspectives and not our own. It's a belief system that often includes limiting beliefs. These are the beliefs that tell us we can't do something, we're not good enough, or we don't deserve certain things. And what's more, these limiting beliefs aren't just surface-level thoughts. They're ingrained in our subconscious, deeply rooted and difficult to weed out. They're not always visible, but they're always there, influencing our decisions and our actions. So we've seen how our limiting beliefs are formed, but what impact do they have on our lives? And more importantly, how can we change them? Stay tuned as we delve deeper into these questions in the next scenes. These beliefs, ingrained in our subconscious, form our personal belief system. It's time we take a closer look at them and start questioning whether they really serve us. Because remember, beliefs are not facts. They can be changed. And that's where our journey begins. The impact of these beliefs is often overlooked, isn't it? It's like you're walking with invisible shackles, each step heavier than the last. These limiting beliefs, they can be quite the puppet masters, controlling our behavior and actions in subtle yet profound ways. Let's take a trip down memory lane, back to our childhood. Remember the innocent competition for attention? It started at home, didn't it? Competing with siblings for the gaze of our parents, vying for the focus of our teachers in school. That need for validation, for acknowledgement, it was instilled in us from a tender age. And surprise, surprise, it didn't just disappear as we grew up. It merely changed its form, morphing into a constant yearning for acceptance and recognition in our adult life. But it doesn't just stop there. Along with this need for attention, we also learned to judge. And not just others, but ourselves too. We began scrutinizing our actions, our decisions and our abilities, often being our own harshest critics. This self-judgment is like a mirror, reflecting back our limiting beliefs about ourselves. It whispers in our ears, "You're not good enough, you can't do this, or you don't deserve that." It feeds our self-doubt and guilt, making us second-guess ourselves at every step. And so these limiting beliefs, they cast a long shadow over our lives. They influence our choices, our relationships, our self-esteem. They shape our perception of the world and our place in it. They create a fear of failure, a fear of rejection, a fear of not being enough. They keep us from taking risks, from stepping out of our comfort zones, from chasing our dreams. They make us settle for less when we are capable of so much more. And the worst part? We often don't even realize they're there, silently pulling the strings, dictating our actions. They're like background noise, always present but seldom noticed. But once you start paying attention, once you start questioning these beliefs, that's when you begin to see their true impact. These limiting beliefs, therefore, hold us back from realizing our true potential. And that, my friends, is something we can no longer afford to ignore. But what if I told you these limiting beliefs can be changed? That's right, the shackles of self-doubt and fear can be broken. It all starts with recognizing these beliefs and understanding their origins. You see, our beliefs are not born overnight. They are formed over years of conditioning, influenced by the people around us and the experiences we have. They are built on the foundations of societal norms, cultural practices, and familial values. We've accepted them without question, but it's time we start challenging them. To change limiting beliefs, we need to start questioning them. Ask yourself, is this belief serving me, or is it holding me back? Is this belief based on facts, or is it a product of fear and insecurity? Is this belief an absolute truth, or is it just a perspective? Questioning our beliefs can be uncomfortable, even scary. But it's an essential step towards change. It's like stepping into a dark room, not knowing what's inside. But once you turn on the light, you see things clearly. You realize that the monsters you feared were just shadows and illusions. Once you've questioned your limiting beliefs and recognized them for what they are, the next step is to replace them with empowering thoughts. Instead of saying, "I can't do this," say, "I can and I will." Instead of thinking, "I'm not good enough," believe, "I am enough just as I am." Instead of fearing failure, embrace the opportunity to learn and grow. Changing our thoughts leads to a change in our behavior and actions. When we believe in our abilities, we act with confidence. When we accept ourselves, we treat ourselves with kindness and respect. When we view failure as a stepping stone, not a stumbling block, we are not afraid to take risks and chase our dreams. Remember, changing limiting beliefs is not a flip of a switch. It's a process, a journey. It requires patience, persistence, and a whole lot of self-love. But the reward, the freedom to be who you truly are and live the life you've always wanted, is worth every step. Changing limiting beliefs is not easy, but it is possible. It's all about challenging what we've accepted as truth and replacing it with a narrative that empowers us, not limits us.